Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Wisecrackers podcast, where we'll be talking about anything that comes to mind and having a good time while we're at it. I'm really happy that this is finally happening because the podcast has been a dream for years that is now a reality. Vaughn, what do you have to say?
So I'm Vaughn. I will be a mainstay in this channel, and we're each gonna have our own generalized content that we're all gonna create, produce, and put on the same channel. Personally, what I'd like to do is make chill content and like audio-only plays or stories like they used to have on radio channels.
Sounds good. So, as this is the first episode of the podcast, it'll be a Kickstarter for Wisecrackers as a whole. As Vaughn just told you, we're going to have a YouTube channel that will all be uploading separate content and content that we'll be working on as a whole, like the podcast. We'll also have short movies in episodic form that Matt will tell you more about.
Thanks, Aiden. Now, the first project that we're going to be working on that is going to be in episodic form is going to be Noir Stories. Production hasn't started on that yet, but expect something about it around December.
Sounds good.
This series will be scripted by our main guy over here, Patrick.
Bonjour again. So, I can be named as the neighborhood Dark Souls player.
Why is that?
I like hard mode difficulties and I find it fun.
All right.
I might be a masochist, but pretty much I'm gonna be like doing scripted skits, game reviews, and like the script for the Noir Stories. It'll all be pretty fun. And yeah.
Sounds good. How's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Doing quite fine.
I'm doing pretty good.
I feel like that's a question that should have been used sooner.
Yeah, probably. You're right. Well, as you could probably tell, this is going to be an unedited cut of the podcast. It's just going to be straight up. Maybe intro and outro music. Maybe not. Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know. We've got a lot of big ideas for our YouTube channel that we're hoping to put into motion, I guess, as early as December with Noir Stories coming out. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I guess we should move on to a topic. So, Smash Bros. Apparently, DLC Fighter is going to be announced soon.
Who do you think it's going to be?
People say it's Crash Bandicoot. I think it's Rillaboom. And I don't like that.
You don't like Rillaboom?
No.
Alright. I am definitely on the Crash Bandicoot hype train, though I think it could be Geno. Only because the company that owns the right to Geno has become more friendly with Nintendo over the past couple of years.
Yeah, like Octopath Traveler was originally a Switch exclusive. Like, it was a time exclusive, I'm pretty sure. That was a Square Enix game.
I hope Crash Bandicoot would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rillaboom might be okay. Probably a Donkey Kong move clone. Just considering the character.
More grass and drum themed things.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we just get a good character. We've gotten good characters so far. We got Min Min. We got, as of recent, we got Hero. Hero's probably the best, I think.
Nah, it's Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Joker.
I don't know, if you get lucky with the RNG in here, you can eradicate enemies.
Well, if
That
we're
is a
talking
fact.
stats, probably Hero. But if we're talking fan favorites, it's definitely Joker.
Definitely Joker.
For sure. I don't know. My heart's kind of with Min Min. I like the long range. It's a different character.
But Min Min is so bad.
Like,
Well-
here's the thing: as someone who doesn't own Min Min, I really hate getting grabbed from the other side of the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's gonna be weird. I used to be a Little Mac man. All right, I'm getting weird looks right now. But going from Little Mac to a long range character like Min Min is such a weird change. Where with Little Mac, he's so fast, and you require, or a lot of your strength comes from the C stick. I guess that's really any character, but just Little Mac's speed kind of made C stick spamming OP. But C6 spamming with Min Min just does not work. But now I've learned how to play Min Min, and I do pretty well. I do like grabbing opponents from the other side of the map. I cannot lie.
So now here's the big question. So we all have that one character you really want in Smash. Who is that character and how would they work?
Oh, you know, I saw a concept, I believe, for Minecraft Steve,
Oh, that would be cool.
where
That would be pretty bomb.
he was like all about putting obstructions in the stage and dropping things on people and a lot of physics-based things, or like obstruction, whatever. And I thought that was a really cool concept because, in all honesty, it would be a cool change as a different character in Smash Bros, which is all about just moving around and
Being right up close and personal.
Yeah.
And put a little bit of distance between yourself and the
Yeah, I
opponent.
feel like with Banjo-Kazooie, which was also a great DLC
yeah.
fighter, like Steve or a Master Chief would both be really cool fighters.
oh yes, also I believe there was a crafting concept for Steve where you could break your own blocks that you place and they'd be RNG based.
Mm.
And they would you could place down a crafting table or something and either build new weapons, upgrade your armor to like netherite, etc., or just make your stuff better or even degrade it at some points.
Yeah. Might be like a Pac-Man kind of moveset where it kind of throws out a ghost for the up or
Mhm.
the sides. That might be interesting.
Pat, what do you think?
Alright, my dream character would probably be Solaire, just because, like, the first pack of DLC fighters, there's quite a few gimmicks fighters, like the Golden Feathers for Banjo-Kazooie, like Arsene for Joker. But
Arsen's OP, no cap.
Like, yeah, he pretty much is.
Yeah.
But like, there could be like a stamina gimmick for Solaire that could be pretty cool, where like he could shield indefinitely, just like when he gets hit, it like knocks down the shield a certain amount. Like it would be pretty cool. And then you just throw in like praise the sun taunts and stuff, and like lightning attacks, sword slashes.
That'd be cool if he chanted praise the sun, kind of like Marth does, where he yells
Yeah.
ether on the up and down smash.
You're thinking of
Ike.
Ike.
Yeah, my bad. They look the same.
They're
You
all
can't
the
you
same
can't
to
tell
me.
me any different. Matt, who would you want to see in Smash?
I don't see this idea thrown around a lot. I would actually like to see Cuphead in the game.
That'd be
actually,
interesting.
because he would fit in so well.
Mm.
One issue, he's already
A me outfit,
Yes,
Yeah.
I know, but
As a
so is
fillable
the
character.
the Squid Kid from Splatoon.
Oh yeah, that is a fair point.
So really, anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That means Sans could be in the game, like Patch just being a me outfit. Then that scares me.
I don't think that's ever gonna
No,
happen.
no, that's
It's a
never.
dead in the water game.
Nah, yeah. I would like personally to see. I don't know. I think like Minecraft Steve would be kind of cool. I don't know. I think that just kind of change up how the game is played as just overall. That changed like the pro scene and stuff like that. Changed meta, I guess.
Speaking of Microsoft, did you guys hear that Microsoft bought ZeniMax earlier this month?
Oh,
And they
shit.
finally brought Bethesda and Obsidian under the same roof again.
Oh,
Yep.
Nice.
I'm very excited. I feel like
Yeah.
Fallout games will be good again.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
seeing the recent popularity of Grounded and how well that game plays.
Oh, for
Even
sure.
though it's already in early access, it's just I'm excited for Obsidian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grounded has been kind of like really boosted in popularity. I remember seeing it on Game Pass and like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I installed it, played with Vaughn a little bit. He kind of got me into it. Now it's just kind of boosted in popularity. It's a neat concept for a game.
It's a very cool concept,
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
a lot that you can do with it. I feel like that it's gonna drop in popularity for a little bit because it's just that there's not a lot of content at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But they were going to add bees at some point into the game, and they were also going to be adding
They're going to be adding.
they're going to add water, a lot
Yeah.
of water stuff in the game because there's a pond.
Mhm.
But I personally feel like games like that are survival but also kind of cartoony are very interesting
Mm-hmm.
because it provides a lot of the same stuff that I like, where you kind of have to resource manage a little bit. That's why I like Minecraft so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on
Yeah.
the topic of cartoony, me and Pat really almost our diehard fan for the game Pikmin.
Oh yeah.
And I am torn about the new Pikmin 3 Deluxe because I've played the Pikmin 3. I've actually played all 3, and I feel like they're cheating us. But I also still have hope for the 4th Pikmin game to come out.
I personally never had a Wii U, so I am really happy to have a chance to play Pikmin 3. Plus, they're adding in like a prologue and epilogue, and like the main game will be 2-player. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, on talking about Nintendo, Super Mario 3D All Stars is out. How is that for anyone who's played it?
So I pre-ordered the game, and it's actually quite fun, in my personal opinion.
What are your thoughts? Is it just a crappy port? Should I play the original games on the Wii and GameCube?
All right, so
Or should I buy the new
Say
port?
this. You'd be getting the same thing from like buying All Stars and playing 64 than if you would just download Project 64 and play 64 Mario 64 on that. It's all emulated.
Wasn't Sunshine on All Stars, or is that just my imagination?
It's
Yeah.
Sunshine
It's-
64 and
and
Mario
Galaxy.
Galaxy 1.
They left out Galaxy 2.
There is, speaking on that, there is actually rumors that Galaxy 2 could be a DLC coming up in this seasonal holidays.
The one thing about that though is that means they're like selling Mario 64, the emulated port of it, for $20 because it's 3 games, a $60 price. The thing is, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but on the Wii U, when Virtual Console Mario 64, I'm pretty sure that was cheaper than $20.
I don't
I'm
recall.
not sure. I never had a Wii.
You never had a Wii?
Nope.
Really?
I
was
never
an
had.
Xbox 360 kid.
I
always.
respect.
Respect.
You know what I
had
miss
both.
though?
Hmm.
Lego
What?
games without paid DLC for characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
because-
chatting with a friend the other night about Lego games, actually.
Cause I was looking at Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking through it, and I saw Gold Edition, and I was really confused. Then I saw like everything that would be in a normal Lego Star Wars game of like the 360 era or the Wii era, where all of it would be unlockable in the game.
Mm-hmm.
None of it was. If you wanted like a special pod racer or something as a vehicle or a special character, like you had to pay $1 or something.
I feel like that, even though, even the cheapness of it, I feel like it still kind of takes away from the original games like
Well,
the
yeah.
Clone Wars or the Complete Saga
Yeah,
on
it's
the
like
Wii and
you play
360.
Complete Saga and you can unlock Indiana Jones in that, and that's like a special thing, unlocking Indiana Jones in a Star Wars game.
I had Indy.
But then, like,
Me too.
if that came out modern day, he would definitely be one of the $1 DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Or
understand-
even a higher price with more characters
Yeah.
from Indiana Jones.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. If you need to raise the price of your game by $5 because the $60 thing doesn't support your company anymore, which I understand. It's the same thing with minimum wage. If you only have to pay 50 cents more for your fries to make someone go to college, whatever. But I feel like it's just ripping into people's wallets, making them think that you can get a $60 deal for a game and get all the content, because now they're just releasing games with completely missing stories.
Yeah, definitely. And back in like the old 360 days, you had to grind to get those like the good characters in the old Lego games.
Mhm.
It wasn't just like, oh, it's hidden behind a purchase wall. Now you have to actually grind to get it.
Yeah.
And if you you know,
Yeah, like in
Or
certain
or
games-
you could just go on YouTube and look up the codes, because that's may or may not of what I've done recently.
I
Yeah, but it
remember
reminds
doing
me
that
of
as a kid.
like the Rainbow Six Siege thing, where you can unlock all the characters by just playing normally, getting the $60 edition, but
Mhm.
it's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
with-
remember like Battlefront 2, the newer one, when that came out. Like you could get Darth Vader in the base game, but it was practically
It was like
impossible.
80 hours to unlock him and Luke Skywalker both at the same time.
Yeah, it was something like that. So it was like practically just you have to do like the $10 or so paywall.
I hate things like that. I can understand if it's maybe skins like in Fortnite, even though whatever.
Fortnite. No one plays that game, bro. Not even me. And I used to grind that. I don't play it anymore.
But in like with games with skins, I can understand it. With games with not a super hard grind, but you can paywall through it, I can understand. But at some point, if you're paying to get a character that somebody spent 100 hours on, you shouldn't be playing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of like kind of pay to win, if you will, Madden 21.
Oh no.
How's
okay,
that?
Okay.
How's that?
So I'm about to dig in real hard on EA Sports.
Alright, before you say anything, I'm just gonna say I have no clue what you're talking about. So go
Madden
right
21.
ahead.
It's a
Football.
It's the football game
Yeah,
in a
I
series.
know that.
I don't know specifically what they're talking about. I don't know, but it's EA. You can know it's
Yeah,
probably good.
I can tell from EA it's gonna be in-game
Yeah,
purchases.
so basically, it's people have found that it almost seems like exactly like Madden 20, which I have. So I'm not gonna spend another like $60 to $70 just to buy the same exact game that I have.
Yeah.
Only if some players have changed. I'm gonna use the same thing over and over again. They may turn off the online features, but that's not gonna stop me.
I don't know. The only Madden game I've played is maybe like Madden 13 on the Wii. No cap.
Madden
That w-
08 is the best.
Do you guys remember those Nerf games on the Wii?
I never had any of
No,
those.
I don't.
No, well, one of our friends, back where I used to live, they had a Nerf Wii game where it came with like a Nerf blaster, like probably something similar to a Jolt,
Yeah.
and it came with a free Wii game that you had to get the package to play. And it was
Well,
really weird because you
it-
could attach your Wii controller like a Nintendo 60.
Yeah, it was like a
Nintendo blaster.
yeah.
I've actually never heard of that. I'll look that up after.
I think it's either Wii or like a
It's Wii.
early game app.
Yeah,
That's Wii.
it's definitely Wii because I remember seeing like the Wii gun holster that was shaped like a Nerf gun.
Yeah, yeah.
They also had the like tennis rackets and baseball bats for Wii Sports where you can
But
put
that's
your
more like
That was just like solid things of plastic. I think the
the Nerf guns actually worked. I believe.
Yeah, it was like an
Uh,
actual Nerf gun.
I've only ever seen molds like what you just put your controller into.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Like a
the Mario
chunk of
Kart
plastic.
Wii steering wheel.
Oh, don't even
yeah.
get me started. That I used to have so much fun with Mario Kart on the way,
You
with
know,
with the wheel and everything.
I,
game was
since
fun.
I was an Xbox kid, I had the Xbox 360 with the Kinect.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
And we played. There was this game. It was Joyride Connect. They have a controller version of it, but you use the Kinect and you put your hands in it on like it was on a wheel, and you literally turn the car using your hands. It seems like a little stupid now because the whole motion control phase is over by a long shot. But
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
even with the Switch, they have minimal
Yeah.
motion controls. I feel like they could have
Even,
kind of brought
like,
it back, but
Even touchscreen, you don't see that all too much anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
but personally, it has some of my best memories in that game because my family was at the start of us getting our console since we were outside kids and we lived in a super small rural community. We generally had we were outside most of the day.
mm,
So when we first got it, it was like late nights after school. Some small amount of times where you could spend maybe 5 minutes in a match and just have fun using your hands with no controller.
yeah, I feel like also I feel like the Kinect and like the maybe not the Wii motion controls. I don't think that kind of goes under the same thing as Kinect because Kinect you didn't really need a controller. I think we all just kind of thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I later in my
Like at the time, it's like, oh, this is kind of new, you know.
later in my years, that thing freaked me out.
Yeah.
It never freaked me out. I was just like, nah, this is lame.
I put it face down on my TV stand. I could not. I hated
Yeah, 'cause
that
it was
thing.
like when your Xbox was on, it was always on.
And it had a red dot.
Yeah.
That freaked me out. I saw Wally, I remember, because I never saw it when it first came out.
Oh, Wally's a
Wall-E?
good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started.
All I
on Wall-E.
remember from Wally,
movie.
all I remembered from Wally as a kid was the steering wheel with the red dot for its eye. So
Oh,
my
yeah.
my immediate correlation as a kid was red dot on robot equals bad.
Well, that is kind of how it is. You know?
I mean, yeah, but you know, as soon as you see that thing staring at you,
Yeah.
and the little it was a grayscale picture of you in
Yeah,
your living room.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought the grayscale was kind of cool, actually. Like looking at that. It never really freaked me out.
What was Xbox Siri? It was
Cortana.
Cortana.
Yeah.
You know, I've never thought of the correlation until like last year. Cortana is a Halo character.
I noticed that like right away.
I never even thought about it, but
I
it's
didn't-
a
just now.
it was Halo 3, 4, and 5, I think.
Mm.
I'm not sure exactly when Cortana came into it. Maybe it was at the
No,
beginning.
no,
as well.
no. Cortana was in 1, 2, 3, 4.
And 5.
No, spoiler warning. At the end of 4, Cortana died.
Now, actually, in 5, spoiler warning as well, even though it's a pretty old game at this point.
And a not good
She becomes corrupted, and Master Chief and his team tries to save her, while a separate team tries to do whatever with them. But the big surprise is that Cortana's still alive and whatever.
I
Sorry,
don't know.
Patrick, I know you haven't played Halo 5.
I don't think I even finished 4, and that's the only one I ever had.
Yeah, but that's essentially what the story is. But
I never really played Halo that much. I'll be honest. I didn't play Halo.
Halo was the only first-person shooter we had.
All I remember
COD
was,
was not a thing.
all I remember was
There was a COD game on the Wii and the DS.
Yeah, I think I had Call
It
of Duty
was-
3 on the Wii at some
I
point.
thought it was World at War.
I think
There-
it was
I think
Black
it was
Ops.
World at War and Black Ops.
There were
Yeah.
there was 3 on the Wii. There was 3 COD games on the Wii, and then there was 4 COD games on the DS that came out same day as their counterparts, except they were their own games. They weren't like the other releases.
Oh, like
Imagine being level 400
like
on Call of Duty, not Cold War, Black Ops on your Wii.
well, speaking of like remade games and stuff like that, like their own game, COD Cold War. It looks interesting, and I think it's gonna have zombies. But if it doesn't have zombies, I don't think I'll buy it. To be
You know,
honest,
I feel like
it just seems like a remake of Modern Warfare.
no, not Modern Warfare. It feels like a remake of Black Ops 1 because that was set in the Cold War as well.
Hmm.
Modern Warfare is more set in late 2000s because
Yeah.
But I think it's just why not do something different? Why not go back to World War II? Because
Or the Revolutionary War, or the Civil War. That might be interesting for a COD game. American Civil War.
I'm excited for the next Battlefield.
Oh, I was about to bring this up too.
It's Battlefield Cold War as well, right?
Is it?
No, it's it's the Cold War. I'm sorry.
But it makes me excited because I find that stuff like Battlefield is more preferable to me than COD, and I really like the building of 5. Except I feel like they could have done a building menu instead of a building just
Yeah.
plain spot. But
Yeah, speaking on that, I'm really upset with how they kind of made, are going to make 6. You've already ventured into that time period of history. Why not go back further to the Revolutionary War? And I know there's already a war game for the Civil War, War of Rights, but still, why wouldn't it be cool to venture back and check out that time?
the Revolution,
That'd be kind of difficult.
the gameplay is
the
too slow
gameplay.
because
I
even in Battlefield 1, where in all actuality it wasn't running across fields with horses or tanks, and it was really more of hiding in a trench for 3 hours with only single fire rifles. They gave you shotguns, SMGs, LMGs, rifles, whatever you really wanted, even though that was not a thing. It's more of the gameplay issue. In 1, you could get past it because they did exist at the time, but
It wasn't.
it's not going to exist in a revolutionary setting.
I remember when we all played 1 before 5 came out. We'd all we'd
Yeah.
put on gas masks and pull out melees and just charge at the
Yeah,
enemies.
all the
It was
same-
so
We all
funny.
used the same melee. It was like that wooden stick with the big like ball on the end of it
Mhm.
with like
Mhm.
the
A mace.
Yeah.
Or the
A
shovels.
mace.
I really liked Battlefield 1. The firing of that
Yeah.
compared
Oh,
to
yeah.
5 was really, like, responsive.
But 5 was just a complete graphics update. You cannot lie. It looks
As
so
soon
much
as
better
you-
than
as soon
1.
as- so I was playing 5 for a while, and then I decided to play 1 again.
Mm.
And as soon as I hopped on, I was like, I don't remember the graphics being this bad.
it was good at the time, but going back is not like from 5 to 1 is not
And you know
not
what's
preferable.
weird to me? Battlefield 5 took up more storage than 1.
Oh, actually,
Mm-hmm.
Actually?
Yeah.
Huh.
1 took up 90, I think, and 5 took up 70.
Well,
or
didn't-
80 and 70. Sorry.
didn't it have I feel like 5 had a bigger campaign.
They kind of had same levels of campaign.
I don't.
But
I think I
it's
played
because,
multiplayer on 1 a lot.
1 had DLC,
Mm,
and 5
yeah.
didn't.
yeah.
So I'm not fully sure, but
I don't know.
I feel like the way they handled Battlefield 5 was really nice. Except if you bought the deluxe edition, that kind of peeves me because they didn't actually release any paid DLC, which is why I bought the deluxe edition.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Yeah, it
it's
didn't
nice.
really get much out of it.
Yeah.
The final update was really nice too because they released a bunch of a planned content that they already coded and stuff like that, but we're just waiting something.
Mm.
I feel like they were gonna do like a French resistance type thing because they had the
Ah.
well
Oh,
rod,
yeah.
they had the suppressed.
Well, Rod's decent.
Yeah.
The well rod didn't do enough damage.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
did like the new grenade concepts they had. They're like the sticky dynamite that's for light vehicles or the small landmines.
Mhm.
I feel like that's all really.
Oh, vehicles. So, Rocket League is free with Epic Games right now.
It's free. It's free to play.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
on everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much across the board free to play. I think it's no longer free to play on Steam.
No, it's off Steam, I think.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
and
anyway.
they're celebrating with their thing. It's Pony Palooza or something like that, where you can get a battle, whatever. Not a battle pass.
A rocket pass. I think
Oh,
it's called.
No, it's not
it's like it's
battle
like,
bus. Sorry, battle bus, where you can get a battle bus car.
Oh yeah,
by
I
completing
was gonna say
challenges.
Loot Llama as well, car.
Oh, actually?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That might be
But
kind of
also,
cool.
you get a $10 coupon if you get it on the Epic Games launcher,
Mm.
where you get a $10 coupon to use on the Epic Games launcher, but it has to be what you're buying has to be $15 or more.
You know what? I'm kind of sad about. So I have a laptop that I used for a while, and I'm a member of the Epic's Game Launcher because even though my laptop couldn't run anything, and I have all 3 of the Batman games, like Arkham games, on my laptop, except I could not play them, and that was so saddening.
Not even Asylum.
Nope.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
I do love Asylum, man. That's my favorite
Well,
Arkham game.
I played Asylum and City back to back this summer, and I mean, people say City is better, but the setting and tone of Asylum.
It's just so dark and
It's
depressing.
just-
It matches what comic Batman is meant
No,
to be.
it matches what comic Batman is meant to be, but it also matches the setting of it being Arkham Asylum. They just got the setting way more right in the first one than the second one.
Well, going back to Rocket League for a minute. So I played before the huge HD update that just released a little bit ago. Not saying I'm like an OG because I played before the HD update, but I just stopped playing for a while and I came back to it yesterday and man, it is weird. I'll be honest. Like the play style is just so much different. I played with Pat and I don't know. I had fun, and Pat, it was your first time playing it, right?
That was my first day playing. I played a few more games before that, but yeah.
I could never get it. Rocket League was on Game Pass for a while, and I just could not get behind it.
Yeah, I bought it on Xbox a little after release, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just so much different. it's probably just because I'm rusty, but the game seems so much slower. I don't know why.
None of you guys have Game Pass, right?
No.
No.
Oh, I do, because we're game shared.
None of you have Game Pass, right?
Right, yeah, sure. No.
Well, so there's xCloud. If you guys haven't seen it, I've probably told you about it. Where it's like cloud gaming on your phone, where I could be in school, on a bus,
Google
in a
Stadia
car,
too.
while using an Xbox controller on my phone to play like something like Halo 5, Halo Master Chief Collection, Grounded, any other Game Pass game that they allow. But it's really interesting because they have it's strange because it's weird to me. The graphics are a little toned down resolution-wise because you can't fit a TV-wide resolution on a phone. It's just not possible.
Doesn't matter what phone you have, you can't fit the same res.
But it's strange because that we have I was playing Halo and it was a little laggy because I wasn't in the right setting. You need 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and or data to play, like non-lag. But even still, it was playable to a point where you could get rid of your Xbox. Like, I'm gonna say it now. For the people who aren't willing to commit to an Xbox but still want to play Xbox with their friends, Game Pass is a good option now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's xCloud. It's on PC.
You can literally play any game.
So-
Not any game, but
Like
Most.
xCloud launched with over 150 games, right?
I can check right now.
I think
but,
it's like 150.
Yeah, it's like over 150.
no, it's 50 games, I believe.
Oh, it's just 50
Or
games?
I think it
and
might be more. But,
and
okay.
and Rising.
it's 100 plus. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, Game
But
Pass has
I
a
could play-
ton of good
I could
games.
play Destiny 2,
So,
Vermintide, Grounded, Sea of Thieves, Battletoads,
Yeah.
Trailmakers.
so
Ark.
I'm guessing that this
Arc
is,
on a phone would not be that
I'm
great.
guessing this is better than Google Stadia just because the launch was way better than
The-
Stadia.
there's like no lag on the actual settings that you're supposed to play on.
Yeah, I know Stadia when it launched
Was
like,
terrible.
A bunch
That
of
was
people
so
were not
bad.
getting their codes, like activation codes and stuff.
Yeah, Stadia on release was terrible.
Yeah, well, it's weird to me because like on single player non-online games, it runs better because you don't have the issue of ping and other things. But
You're not playing online.
You're not playing online, no.
Yeah.
So you could play games like Enter the Gungeon, which is a fun game. If none of you guys have played it,
That's a pretty fun
it's
game.
a top-down shooter, bullet hell type
Yeah.
game. It plays zero lag. No lag at all. No controller lag. No audio, video lag. Nothing.
Yeah, it's a very low.
Well, even on my phone. It's,
Yeah,
Well, it's a
completely
low
slow.
demand game.
Yeah,
It's a low demand.
it reminds me of Death Road to Canada a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. It's
Um,
not exactly the same
yeah.
like
But
play
I
style,
imagine
but
that,
same
I
visual.
imagine games like that is where it's going to be like the most common
Yeah.
because it requires not a lot of machine pushing because you're not loading super high res images. or
Yeah,
anything
you're
like
not
that.
like loading a large
It's
ocean
pixel art.
like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves ran pretty well too in the right settings as well.
Oh wow.
I just
Oh,
feel
wow.
like it's really nice because
Imagine running Modern Warfare on a phone. I wonder how long it'd take to overheat. My guess is like 2 minutes.
the thing is, it's not playing on your phone; it's sending images to your
Yeah.
phone.
It's,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all streaming.
But I think
It
it's
is
really
streaming,
cool.
yeah.
You can also stream games from your Xbox using the Xbox Insider.
Mhm.
So I could be playing COD on my phone with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, it probably wouldn't be great, but you can still do it. But I like Vaughn was saying, I do agree in that if you don't want to pay $300 or
400 or no,
for-
it's 300 for the newest lowest cost Xbox console.
yeah, for like for an Xbox One to play
No,
with
Series S. Actually,
Series
the
S is
new-
going to be 300,
300. Yeah.
and then
Oh.
Series X is going to be
Five.
on the store, Xbox store. You can actually see it now on your One. You can see the new logo for X/S for the new consoles, and you can actually see what games are coming out for it. It's really
Cool.
cool.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
yeah,
and
if
like another thing is all the games coming to Series X can be played on the One.
Oh, you know what I feel
At
like is
least
a
in the beginning.
big cash grab is Call of Duty. They're they're making you buy a cross-platform bundle
Mm-hmm.
What,
Which-
for Cold War?
for Cold War, even though any other game on the Xbox that has XS compatibility is going to be cross-platform.
Ooh.
Which I think is just, now that I'm actually thinking about it and looking at it.
If it has zombies, I'll still probably buy it, as long as it's not outrageously expensive.
I meant any game that you can play on the S now will be cross-platform.
If it's a solid like $60, $70 game, then I might buy it. But I don't know. I just want a good zombies campaign. I played Black Ops 4 when it came out. That zombies campaign was good. No one can tell me any different. I loved it. I had
World
so
at
much fun
War
with it.
and what was it? Black Ops were the main ones that I played that had zombies, and maybe Black Ops 2, but that was a little less.
Mm.
I plowed through those campaigns, and even World at War, they have some exploit spots that were my favorite. I used to play that with my older brother all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, but going back to like the xCloud and stuff, I feel like it's a good alternative if you don't want to pay full price for an Xbox.
Yeah, I feel like that's in the long run for Xbox's plan. Like PS4 is just going for console superiority, but Xbox is just plowing cross-platform.
Yeah, like Cuphead. That was one of their. Cuphead was one of their better exclusives. Then they put that to Switch, and now it's coming to, or it came to PlayStation 4. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out by now.
So it's like that's pretty cool, and like so they're like getting more and more buddy with Nintendo. Like they gave them Banjo-Kazooie, and I mean like if we're gonna get more Nintendo Switch Online like consoles, and then they like put that like they give us a Nintendo 64 for Nintendo Switch Online. We get Nintendo 64 and Switch Online. I keep saying that over and over, but one of the games I definitely see us getting
is Nintendo 64 online. I'm playing fat. Keep talking.
No, definitely a game I see us getting through that would be Banjo-Kazooie. Even though Microsoft owns that, probably Conquer too.
Banjo-Kazooie is like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts, right?
I don't like you.
Well, I'm just saying, I want to make sure I'm thinking about the right thing. That's
Yes, but you're thinking of the worst one ever.
No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't thinking of like Crash Bandicoot or something like that. Now that I'm talking about it.
I played Yooka-Laylee, which is like a spin-off of
the people who
of
made
Banjo.
It was like Spirit successor.
That was not very good in my opinion. I didn't enjoy it that much.
I never played it, but I've played Banjo. I have Rare Replay, so I played some of them on the first Banjo-Kazooie. I'm in like Clunker's Cavern right now. I'm going for 100% completion. What I've played it's quite a lot of fun. But then because we're on the topic of Nintendo, today they actually did an announcement for The Legend of Zelda: Age of Calamity. They announced that earlier this month, and then they gave us a more in-depth trailer, and it looks pretty good. I'm really excited for that. I'm definitely gonna have a bad day when I play it and get to the part where all the champions die. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's I think been enough video game talk for this episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, look out for us on YouTube, and we'll also be on Spotify. Production will start as early as December for Noir Stories and whatever else is to come. So again, this has been the Wisecrackers. Thank you so much. Good night.
Bye.